Welcome to the Player Development Pod. So glad you're here watching or listening. Today, we're going to talk about how to build trust with athletes' families from day one. Now, this is huge in the player development role. You are going to have to interact and engage with families. It's part of it, part of the deal. As you know, these athletes aren't on the journey alone. Their whole athletic journey, per se, they've been supported by family members. Maybe that's parents, maybe that's siblings, maybe that's grandparents, maybe that's uncles, aunts, distant family, whatever it may be. They have family or support system that has been there with them. And it's important that you build relationships with them because they trust these people, they value these people. And so by you building those relationships with these people, you show that you value them as well. And when you trust families, there's a couple things you get from that. You gain insight, you gain alignment, and you gain influence. Insight, right? I get to know more about the athlete. Why is this the athlete's nickname, right? Families tell incredible stories. You gain alignment. The parents, you understand what the parents expect. The parents understand what the program expects. So now you can hold the athlete accountable to what's expected. And then you gain influence with some pretty pivotal people in that athlete's life. It is huge to create that there. Number one, you can shape the athlete's mindset. When I was in the role at the University of Houston, Kansas, and Baylor, when I had great relationships with the families, we were able to shape the athlete's mindset on what needed to be done because we were working together. Number two, you can reinforce messages outside your building. So if we're seeing certain things, you can reinforce that message outside the building. I'll use an example. When I was at Baylor, there was a mother who called about her player. She said, "Hey, my son's not playing." And I said, "Okay, Mrs. So and so, I'm going to go watch your son at practice and figure out why he's not playing." So I go look at him at practice. He's being coachable. He's doing everything right. He wasn't giving great effort. So I go to the position coach afterwards. I say, "Hey, coach, I'm noticing this about so and so. Is so and so giving effort?" And he's like, "No, I'm trying to get him to give effort. He does everything right. He's not giving effort." So I get back on the phone with the mother and say, "Hey, he's doing everything right. He shows up, he's coachable, but his effort is lacking." And now the mother is able to talk to her son and say, "Hey, you need to give more effort." And after the mother had a conversation with the son gave more effort and actually had a big play in the 2021 Big 12 championship game where he hits a quarterback right as the quarterback's throwing the ball. And this wide open receiver misses the ball because this player whose mother reached out to me had this reinforcement of messaging of effort from his mother from our program, and it helped, right? And then you can influence how athletes respond to your program. How do they respond, right? I'm talking to the family. Yeah, we are a tough program. Now, the athlete goes back to their parents, says, "Man, this is tough. This is harder than I thought it was going to be." And the parents come back and say, "No, no, no, no. We do tough things. And you knew this program is this. And these coaches are looking out for you," right? And so those are ways that this trust with family helps. Now, there are four main ways to build trust with athletes from day one. Number one is with athletes' families from day one. Number one is to communicate. Please, please communicate. Communicate. Communicate with them, right? Communicate with them. They are dropping off their, and for I worked in college football, they're dropping off their son, they're dropping off their nephew, their grandson, their child, their brother, whatever it may be, communicate. And when you communicate, there's a couple ways you need to communicate when you're talking to families. You need to communicate clearly. Clearly communicate. Don't beat around the bush. Do not beat around the bush. I use the example when I talked to that mother. I clearly told her this, he needs more effort, but also clearly communicate why you're there in player development, right? I always love when we did orientations. I would clearly communicate, this is my role. This is what I do. I don't do that coaching stuff. I do this. This is how I help coaches. This is how I help your son. This is how I help you. Clearly communicate the role. So now they know, hey, if you're going to call me for this. Don't call me for playing time. Don't call me for different things. Right now, that mom, she did call for playing time, but I knew her tone was different. She wanted to understand why. She didn't call saying my son's not playing, something's wrong, right? You want to communicate honestly with families. Communicate honestly. They can take it. Trust me, they can take it. What you don't want to do to a family is lie. There was a university I was at, Kansas, and we had a player, and he was in a gray shirt, and one of the coaches didn't want to call the player. And I called the mom and I told her straight up, "Hey, it looks like, I just told her real." She was like, "Coach, nobody's called me. Blah, 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 blah." And I called her and said, "Hey, this is what's happening. It looks like we wanted to do this. This is not going through. I'll get more information. I'll get to you." And she said, "Thank you so much, coach, for just telling me the truth. She said, I just want people to tell me the truth. I've never done this before. This is my first athlete, right? And so we found out that the kid ended up getting a scholarship, and she called me first to let me know. I didn't even know. Staff didn't let me know. That's fine. The mom called me and she said, Coach, she was crying on the phone. She said, I just want to thank you so much because you were so honest. I remember when the first time I saw her at one of the games, she gave me a big hug, and she still rocked with me the whole season. Even when the kid transferred to another university, she rocked me because I was honest with her. And then communicate concisely, get to the point, get to the point, because coaches can do coach talk. I have seen coaches lie to parents of athletes. Parents have seen coaches lie to them. And most of that lying is long. Get to the point. When I got back on the phone call with that mother who didn't know about the gray shirt, or mother who asked about her son's playing time, whatever, he not giving effort. He's got to give more effort. Boom, to the point. I ain't got no other time to talk about. You talk to him. I'll bring him in my office. I'll talk to him, but concisely communicate. All right. The second way you could build trust with players' families from day one is to listen. Listen. And this could start at camps. This could start in the recruiting process. Do not wait until you sign the player to listen. I'm going to say that again. Do not wait until you sign the player to listen. This can happen in the recruiting process. You want to listen actively. Sit down. Listen what they're saying. Oh, you remember when Bubba did this, or so-and-so did this, or whatever. Remember this story, whatever. Listen to them. Listen actively. Talk. My mom used to say, Ed, you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. I want to talk about player development. What questions do you have? This is what, so do you do this? I do. Can you tell me more what you think? What do you think? How do you think I could best help your son in this role? Right? Listen for moments of pride. Listen for moments of pride. This is when the parent is excited, right? So there's one parent talking to, I was so excited what he did on the field, but I'm so thankful that he was an honor roll. We had one football player who was a valedictorian when I was at the University of Houston. Shout out to Braylon Jones. Braylon, hey, great job. Braylon was the valedictorian, and their parents talked so much about how proud they were of Braylon being a valedictorian. That was a moment of pride. And so I was able to hold him accountable when he got to college, right? And he did a great job academically, but hold him accountable. Hey, your parents are super proud of your academics. Let's make sure we continue to keep them proud. But those moments you listen to, or so-and-so was proud when they got a scholarship, or so-and-so was proud when they got the varsity, or so-and-so was proud when they became a Eagle Scout, whatever it may be, listen for the moments of pride. And then follow up and repeat. If you're talking to a parent about something, you're listening, follow up and repeat. That could be good, bad, and indifferent, right? Hey, what I'm hearing is this. Is that correct, right? Hey, Coach Jones, I don't know where to get my tickets for the road game. So-and-so told me this. So before I answer this, I just want to make sure your question is about what gate to get your tickets at. Yes, right? So you want them to know that, right? Listen and repeat. All right, the third way to connect with families or build trust with families is to include them. Include them in the player path. When I'm sitting here talking about player development, I want to include the family. This is your path as well, right? This is the player's path. We're all on this journey together. Include them in the path. Keep them updated. You could do a parent newsletter, a family newsletter. You could do posts. I used to always do posts on social media. That was really, really good. They could see it, like it, whatever. I could tag parents. They loved it. I would message them. Hey, just want to let you know I'm doing this post. This is what so-and-so did. Send a voice message. Hey, we just at the elementary school, so-and-so is here doing a great job, right? Keep them updated and then inform them about programming. This is the programming that we're doing. We're going to do this programming in downtown Kansas City. Does your son want to be involved? He said he wanted to be involved. Just want to make sure you know, or hey, I just want to let you know we've been doing stuff for the local elementaries. Your son has been a great part of that. Hey, just want to let you know we're going to do some stuff here in your city, blah, blah, blah. Inform them about programming. Parents can be your biggest proponent to helping coaches understand what you do in player development. So inform them about programming. And then celebrate. Celebrate. This is the fourth way to connect with families. Celebrate important dates. If you see them and it was their birthday, you see them at the game. Hey, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so, happy birthday. Happy anniversary. Hey, congrats to your child who just got, out of pre-K, whatever. They're going to have, I'm following them on social media, right? I'm looking at this. So-and-so just got a new job. Congrats on your new job. Congrats on your promotion, right? Celebrate with them. Celebrate the accomplishments. Like I just said, promotions, graduations, personal achievement. If there were parents who lost weight, they were on a weight loss journey, they lost 30 pounds. Hey, you looking good. I see what you're doing. Keep going. Keep going. Celebrate with them. And then celebrate the group of parents when you can, right? There were times in University of Houston where I could meet with all parents. Hey, parents, I just want to thank y'all so much for your support. Thank y'all for traveling on the road and being here with us. Thank you so much, right? Celebrate the entire family group, right? Hey, Mom, Mother's Day, we want to do this. At Kansas, we did something I love. We wrote Mother's Day cards. We got cards and the players wrote it, we mailed it. Father's Day cards, the players wrote it, we mailed it. I wrote a few to some parents that I had closer relationships with, right? We sent an email out. We had our coach do a video. Celebrate the group as well. Now, This connection is huge. This connection is huge because when you can build this trust with a player's family, like I said, it helps the player overall because you value the people that they value. You value the people that they value. Building trust with families is important. If you have any questions about how to build trust, please, please, please put it in the comments. I want to help you build a trust. It is pivotal to the player development position. But as I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today. Share this with someone who is trying to build trust with families at any level. And check out this live player development pod interview I did with one of my players where we talk about the importance of family during his journey.